Please, just go. Pretend you didn't see me.
Zuri Kamara said. Her hands shook. The wine bottles on her tray rattled. Her breath caught in her throat. She couldn't move, couldn't think, couldn't run. She thought she was safe. 8 months. That's how long she'd been hiding in this restaurant. 8 months of double shifts and fake smiles. 8 months of serving Seoul's elite while her belly grew bigger under loose aprons. 8 months of praying he'd never walk through that door. But tonight, he did. Jae-Hyun Seo, her husband, the man she destroyed. He sat 3 tables away, black suit, cold eyes, fingers drumming on the table like he was counting down to something violent. There was a woman across from him. Zuri didn't care about her face. She only saw him. The sharp jaw, the dark hair pushed back. The way his presence made the entire room feel smaller. She turned fast, too fast. Table 7 needs water, her manager said. Zuri's stomach dropped. Table 7, his table. I can't, she said. What? Her manager said. Send someone else, she said. His face turned red. You don't get to choose, Kamara. Move. Zuri's legs felt weak, but she moved anyway. She needed this job, needed the paycheck, needed to survive until the baby came. She grabbed the water pitcher and walked toward table 7 like she was walking into fire. Don't look up. Pour the water. Leave. But the second she got close, Jae-Hyun looked up. Their eyes locked. The noise in the restaurant disappeared. The music, the voices, the laughter. Everything went silent. It was just them. Him staring at her like she'd risen from the dead. Her trying not to fall apart. Then his eyes moved down to her belly, her 8-month pregnant belly that no uniform could hide anymore. She watched him break. His jaw tightened, his fists clenched, his chest rose and fell like he couldn't breathe. Zuri, he said. His voice was low, dangerous. She stepped back. I'll send someone else, sir, she said. Zuri, he said again, louder, sharper. People turned their heads. Please, she said. Not here. But he wasn't listening. He stood so fast his chair crashed backward onto the floor. The entire restaurant went silent. His date gasped. Her manager froze. Jae-Hyun didn't care about any of it. He walked toward her like a man who'd just seen a ghost. What are you doing here? He said. I work here, she said. That's not what I mean, he said. Zuri couldn't speak. Her throat closed. She wanted to tell him everything, wanted to collapse into his arms and beg him to forgive her, but she couldn't, because they were watching. The people who took her, the people who threatened to kill him if she ever came back, the people who made her vanish, they were always watching. I have to go, she said. You're pregnant, he said. Not a question, an accusation. Yes, she said. How far, he said. She didn't answer. His face went pale. His eyes filled with something that looked like pain carved into bone. 8 months, he said quietly. Zuri's tears came fast. She wiped them, but he saw. Zuri, he said. I'm sorry, she said. She turned to leave, but his hand grabbed her wrist. Not rough, not angry, desperate. Don't, he said. Don't run again. I have to, she said. Why, he said. Because if I don't, you die, she said. The words slipped out. Jae-Hyun froze. The restaurant was dead silent now. Phones were out. People were recording. Zuri pulled her wrist free and walked toward the exit as fast as she could. But she heard him. Heard his footsteps behind her. Heard him talking to someone on the phone. Then she heard the words that made her blood freeze. Buy this restaurant. Transfer ownership by midnight, he said. Zuri stopped. Her manager ran over. Sir, you can't just... I can, Jae-Hyun said. His voice was too calm. And I did. She's done here. She's leaving with me. No, Zuri said. I'm not going anywhere. He turned to her. His eyes were red. His hands were shaking. You left without a word, he said. You vanished. And now you're pregnant with my child? Working yourself into the ground? It's not yours, she said. The lie burned her tongue. Jae-Hyun stepped closer. close enough that she could smell him, the same cologne he wore on their wedding night. "Look at me," he said softly, "and say that again." She couldn't. Her body gave her away. Her tears gave her away. And then the baby kicked, hard enough that he saw it. His hand moved slowly. He pressed his palm against her belly. The baby kicked again. Jae-Hyun's eyes filled with tears. "She's mine," he said. Zuri nodded. "Yes," she said, "she's yours." The room exploded. Gasps, whispers, cameras flashing. But all Zuri could see was him, the man who loved her, the man she left behind, the man whose world she just shattered all over again, 1 year earlier. Zuri stood in front of the bathroom mirror holding a pregnancy test. 2 pink lines. Her hands shook. Her heart raced. Tears filled her eyes. She was pregnant with Jae-Hyun's baby. She pressed the test against her chest and laughed through her tears. This was it. The news that would change everything. The news that would make him smile in that rare way he only did when they were alone. She couldn't wait to tell him. She planned it perfectly. Dinner at their favorite spot. Candles. Wine for him. Sparkling water for her. She'd tell him between dessert and coffee. She'd watch his face light up. She'd watch him become a father in real time. But she never made it to dinner. Because at 6:47 p.m., everything went dark. She was walking to her car in the underground parking lot when she heard footsteps behind her. Fast footsteps. She turned, but it was too late. A hand clamped over her mouth. A cloth pressed against her nose. Chemical smell. Burning lungs. Her vision blurred. She tried to scream, tried to fight, but her body went limp. The last thing she remembered was being dragged into a black van. When she woke up, she was tied to a chair in a cold room. No windows. 1 flickering light. Concrete walls. 3 men stood in front of her. Masks covered their faces. "Where am I?" she said. Her voice was hoarse. "Doesn't matter," one of them said. "What do you want?" she said. "You," he said. Her blood turned cold. "Let me go," she said. "We will," he said, "after you do exactly what we say." He stepped closer, pulled out a phone, showed her a live video feed. It was Jae-Hyun, sitting in his office, alone, working. "1 phone call," the man said, "and he's dead. 1 text from you, 1 attempt to contact him, 1 wrong move, and we put a bullet in his head." Zuri's breath stopped. "No," she said. "You're going to leave him," the man said. "I won't," she said. "You will," he said, "or we kill him tonight." "Why?" she said. "Why are you doing this?" "Because love makes him weak," the man said, "and weak men don't survive in his world." They untied her, shoved divorce papers in front of her, put a pen in her hand. "Sign it," he said. "No," she said. He pulled out a gun, pointed it at the screen showing Jae-Hyun. "Sign it or watch him die," he said. Zuri's hand shook so hard she could barely hold the pen, but she signed. She signed her name on the divorce papers while tears streamed down her face. "Good," the man said. "Now disappear. Change your number. Stay off cameras. Don't contact him. Don't go back to your apartment. Don't tell anyone. If you do, we'll know. And we'll kill him first. Then we'll come for you." "I'm pregnant," she said. The man smiled behind his mask. "Even better," he said. "Now you have 2 reasons to stay quiet." They dropped her on the side of the road 3 hours outside Seoul. No phone, no wallet, no way home. She walked until her feet bled, found a shelter, slept on a cot, cried until she had nothing left. The next morning, she sold her wedding ring for cash, got a fake ID, found a cheap room, started working at the restaurant, and every single night she whispered to her belly, "I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. But I'm keeping you safe. I'm keeping him safe. That's all that matters." She lived like a ghost. No friends, no family, no contact with her old life. Just work, sleep, survive. For 8 months she convinced herself it was working. For 8 months she thought she'd protected him. But tonight, standing in front of him in that restaurant, watching his heart break all over again, she realized the truth. She didn't protect him. She destroyed him. The first month after they took her, Zuri thought she'd lose her mind. She woke up every morning in that tiny room with peeling wallpaper and a mattress that smelled like mold. Her body ached. Her stomach was empty. Her heart was shattered. But the baby inside her kept growing, so she kept moving. She found work at a cheap laundromat folding clothes for 12 hours a day. The pay was terrible. The owner was worse. He yelled at her for being too slow, docked her pay when she asked for water breaks. But she smiled, nodded, said thank you, because she had no choice. At night, she'd go back to her room and cry into her pillow so the neighbors wouldn't hear. She missed Jae-Hyun so much it felt like dying, missed his voice, his touch, the way he'd pull her close in the middle of the night and whisper that she was his whole world. Now she was nothing, a ghost carrying his child in silence. By the second month, her money ran out. She sold her shoes, her jacket, the only necklace she had left. She ate once a day, sometimes less. Her belly grew, but the rest of her got smaller. Her face hollowed out, her arms got thinner, her energy disappeared. The laundromat owner fired her when he noticed she was pregnant. "I don't hire liabilities," he said. She begged him, told him she'd work harder, told him she needed the job. He slammed the door in her face. Zuri sat on the curb outside and cried until she couldn't breathe. Then she got up, because giving up wasn't an option. She found another job washing dishes at a street food stall. The owner paid her under the table, no questions asked. She worked from 5 a.m. until midnight. Her hands cracked from the hot water. Her feet swelled so bad she couldn't fit into her shoes anymore, but she kept going, for the baby. By the 4th month, she couldn't hide the pregnancy anymore. The stall owner noticed, told her she couldn't work there anymore. "Pregnant women scare customers," he said. Another door slammed, another rejection, another night crying herself to sleep. She wandered the streets looking for work. Any work. Cleaning, cooking, babysitting, anything. Most places turned her away the second they saw her belly. Too much risk, they said. She wanted to scream, wanted to tell them she wasn't fragile, wasn't weak, that she'd work twice as hard as anyone else. But her voice didn't matter, so she stayed quiet. By the 5th month, she was desperate. She found the restaurant, the fancy one where rich people went to feel important. The manager looked her up and down like she was dirt. "You pregnant?" he said. "Yes," she said. "Can you work long shifts?" he said. "Yes," she said. "Can you keep your mouth shut and do what you're told?" he said. "Yes," she said. He hired her, not because he cared, but because pregnant women were cheap labor, desperate labor, the kind that wouldn't complain or ask for raises. She worked 16-hour shifts, carried trays that were too heavy, stood for so long her legs went numb, smiled at customers who treated her like she was invisible. Every night she went home and soaked her swollen feet in cold water. Every night she whispered to her belly, "I'm sorry, little one. I'm trying. I promise. I'm trying." By the 7th month, she stopped sleeping. The nightmares were too much. Dreams of Jae-Hyun finding her, dreams of him hating her, dreams of the men in masks coming back to finish what they started. She'd wake up gasping, sweating, shaking, and the baby would kick, like she was saying, "I'm still here, Mama, keep going." So Zuri kept going, even when her body screamed to stop, even when every step felt like walking through fire, even when she wanted to collapse and never get up again. She kept going, because love makes you do impossible things, and she loved 2 people more than her own life, Jae-Hyun, and the baby growing inside her, the baby she'd protect no matter what it cost. Jae-Hyun didn't sleep the night Zuri disappeared. He came home to an empty penthouse. Her phone was on the kitchen counter. Her purse was on the couch. Her keys were still in the bowl by the door. But she was gone. At first, he thought she went for a walk. Then an hour passed. Then 2. Then 4. He called her phone. It rang on the counter. He called her friends. None of them had seen her. He checked the security cameras, watched her get into the elevator, watched her walk to the parking garage. Then nothing. The footage cut out. Jae-Hyun's blood went cold. He called his men, sent them to search the building, the streets, the hospitals, everywhere. They found nothing. No body, no witnesses, no trail. She vanished like smoke. By morning, Jae-Hyun was tearing Seoul apart. He interrogated every gang leader in the city, paid off cops, hacked traffic cameras, bribed airport security, checked hotel registries, searched abandoned buildings. Nothing. Every lead was a dead end. His right-hand man, Cade, tried to calm him down. Maybe she left on her own, Cade said. She didn't, Jae-Hyun said. How do you know? Cade said. Because she loves me, Jae-Hyun said, and I love her. She wouldn't just leave. But 3 days later, divorce papers arrived at his office, signed by her. Jae-Hyun stared at the papers like they were written in a language he didn't understand. No, he said. No, this isn't real. It's her signature, Cade said. I don't care, Jae-Hyun said. Something's wrong. She wouldn't do this. Maybe you didn't know her as well as you thought, Cade said. Jae-Hyun's jaw tightened. He grabbed Cade by the collar and slammed him against the wall. Don't, he said. Don't ever say that again. Cade raised his hands. I'm just trying to help. Jae-Hyun let him go, stepped back. His hands were shaking. Find her, he said. I don't care what it takes. Find her. But weeks turned into months, and Zuri stayed gone. Jae-Hyun stopped eating, stopped sleeping. His empire started falling apart because he couldn't focus on anything except finding her. His men whispered behind his back, said he was losing it, said love had made him weak. He didn't care. He kept searching, sent drones over the city, hired private investigators, offered $1 million reward for information. Still nothing. At night, he'd sit in their bedroom staring at her side of the bed. Her clothes were still in the closet. Her books were still on the nightstand. Her perfume was still on the dresser. He couldn't move any of it, because moving it meant accepting she was really gone. And he refused to accept that. Cade tried to talk sense into him. You need to move on, Cade said. I'm not moving on, Jae-Hyun said. It's been months, Cade said. I don't care if it's been years, Jae-Hyun said. She's my wife. I'm finding her. What if she doesn't want to be found? Cade said. Jae-Hyun looked at him with empty eyes. Then I'll spend the rest of my life proving she's worth finding, he said. But the truth was, every day that passed felt like another piece of him dying. He went to the places they used to go, the restaurant where they had their first date, the park where he proposed, the beach where they got married. He sat in those places alone and waited, hoping she'd show up. She never did. By the 8th month, Jae-Hyun was a shell of the man he used to be. His men barely recognized him, but he kept searching. And then tonight, he walked into that restaurant and saw her, pregnant, alive, carrying his child, and the world stopped spinning. The restaurant was packed with Seoul's elite, politicians, CEOs, celebrities, people who thought money could buy anything. But tonight, money couldn't stop what was about to happen. Jae-Hyun sat across from a woman whose name he'd already forgotten. She was talking about something, art maybe, or fashion. He wasn't listening. He never listened on these dinners. They were business. Nothing more. Cade set them up, said he needed to be seen in public, needed to look normal, needed to pretend he'd moved on. But Jae-Hyun hadn't moved on. He was still searching, still waiting, still hoping. The woman across from him laughed at something, touched his hand. He pulled away. "Excuse me," he said. He reached for his water glass, and that's when he saw her. Zuri, walking between tables with a tray in her hands. His heart stopped. The glass slipped from his fingers and shattered on the table. His date gasped. "Are you okay?" He didn't answer. He couldn't hear her. Couldn't hear anything except the blood pounding in his ears. Zuri. His Zuri, alive, right in front of him. She turned her head and their eyes locked. Her face went pale. Her tray shook. The bottles rattled. And then he saw it. Her belly. Round. Full. Impossible to hide. 8 months. The same amount of time she'd been gone. His wife was alive. His child was alive. And he wasn't letting either of them go ever again. "Let go of me," Zuri said. But Jae-Hyun's hand stayed on her belly. He wasn't holding her hostage. He was holding on like she was the only thing keeping him alive. "I can't," he said. "Not again." "You have to," she said. "Why?" he said. "Tell me why." She looked around. Everyone was watching. Phones were still recording. Her manager stood frozen near the kitchen. Jae-Hyun's date had already left. "Not here," Zuri said. "Then where?" he said. "Nowhere," she said. "Just let me go back to work." "You don't work here anymore," he said. "You can't just buy a restaurant because you're angry," she said. "I'm not angry," he said. "I'm broken." His voice cracked on the last word. Zuri felt her chest tighten. She wanted to reach for him, wanted to tell him everything, wanted to collapse into his arms and let him fix all of this. But she couldn't, because they were still watching. The men who took her, the men who threatened his life. She didn't know where they were, but she knew they were close. They were always close. "I need to go," she said. "Where?" he said. "Back to whatever hole you've been hiding in for 8 months. "Yes," she said. "No," he said. "You're coming with me." "I'm not," she said. He stepped even closer. His voice dropped low enough that only she could hear. "Zuri, I don't know what happened. I don't know who took you or why you left, but I know you didn't want to. I know you." "You don't know anything," she said. "I know you're lying," he said. "I know you're terrified, and I know that baby is mine." Her tears came faster now. "Please," she said, "just go back to your life. Forget you saw me." "Forget?" he said. "You think I can just forget?" "You have to," she said. "Why?" he said. "Because I'm not your wife anymore," she said. "The divorce—" "I never signed it," he said. Zuri froze. "What?" she said. "I never signed the divorce papers," he said. "You're still my wife, legally, emotionally, in every way that matters." Her knees felt weak. "Jae-Hyun, and that's my daughter," he said. His hand pressed firmer against her belly. "Isn't she?" Zuri nodded. "Yes," she said. "Then you're coming home," he said. "I can't," she said. "Yes, you can," he said. "You don't understand," she said. "If I go with you, they'll—" She stopped herself, but it was too late. Jae-Hyun's entire body went rigid. "They'll what?" he said. Zuri shook her head. "Nothing. Forget it." "Who's they?" he said. "No one," she said. "Zuri, who took you?" he said. She couldn't answer. Her throat closed. Her hands shook. Jae-Hyun's jaw clenched. His eyes went dark. "Someone took you," he said. "Someone forced you to leave." She didn't deny it, and that told him everything. He pulled out his phone and made another call. "Cade, I need a full security team at my location, now." "Jae-Hyun, stop," Zuri said. "No," he said. "Not this time." Within 5 minutes, 6 men in black suits walked into the restaurant. Jae-Hyun turned to Zuri. "You're coming with me," he said, "and this time I'm not asking." He didn't grab her, didn't force her. He just stood there waiting. And Zuri realized she had 2 choices. Keep running and risk losing everything, or trust the man she never stopped loving. She looked at his face, at the pain carved into every line, at the desperation in his eyes, and she made her choice. "Okay," she said quietly, "I'll go with you." Jae-Hyun exhaled like he'd been holding his breath for 8 months. He took off his jacket and wrapped it around her shoulders. Then he guided her toward the door with his hand on her lower back, protective, possessive, and absolutely unwilling to let her disappear again. The car was silent. Zuri sat in the back seat with Jae-Hyun beside her. 2 security cars followed behind them. She could see the headlights in the side mirror. She pulled his jacket tighter around her shoulders. It still smelled like him, like expensive cologne and something else she couldn't name, something that felt like safety. But safety was a lie. She wasn't safe. He wasn't safe. The baby wasn't safe. Not as long as they were watching. Jae-Hyun hadn't said a word since they left the restaurant. He just stared at her belly like he was trying to memorize it. His hand rested on the seat between them, close enough to touch her, but not quite touching, like he was afraid she'd vanish if he blinked. "When's the due date?" he said finally. 3 weeks, she said. His jaw tightened. "Have you been going to doctor appointments?" She looked out the window. "When I can afford them." "When you can afford them?" he said. His voice rose. "Zuri, you're 8 months pregnant. You need regular checkups, ultrasounds, blood work." "I know," she said. "Then why?" He stopped himself, took a breath. "How many appointments have you missed?" "Most of them," she said quietly. She heard him curse under his breath. "Tomorrow," he said. "First thing, I'm taking you to the best doctor in Seoul. You don't have to." "Yes, I do," he said. "You're carrying my child. Our child. And I've already missed 8 months. I'm not missing another second." Zuri's throat tightened. She wanted to tell him it wasn't his fault, that she didn't leave because she wanted to, that every single day away from him felt like dying. But the words wouldn't come. Because if she started talking, she wouldn't be able to stop. And if she told him everything, he'd go to war, and war would get him killed. "Where have you been living?" he said. "A small place," she said. "Nothing special." "Show me," he said. "Why?" she said. "Because I need to see where my wife has been sleeping for 8 months, he said. The word wife hit her like a punch. "We're divorced," she said. "No, we're not," he said. "I told you. I never signed the papers." "But I did," she said. "Under duress," he said. "It doesn't count." "Jae-Hyun, you're still my wife," he said. His voice was firm, final. "And that's my daughter. And I'm not letting either of you out of my sight ever again." Zuri closed her eyes, felt tears slide down her cheeks. "You don't understand what you're getting into," she said. "Then explain it to me," he said. "I can't," she said. "Why not?" he said. "Because if I do, you'll die," she said. Jae-Hyun turned to face her fully. "Then let me die," he said. "I'd rather die trying to protect you than live knowing I let you suffer alone." His words broke something inside her. She covered her face with her hands and sobbed. Jae-Hyun didn't hesitate. He pulled her into his arms, held her against his chest, let her cry into his shirt until it was soaked. "I've got you," he said. "I'm not letting go." "They'll kill you," she said between sobs. "Let them try," he said. The car pulled up to the penthouse. Zuri looked up at the building, the place that used to be home, the place she thought she'd never see again. "I can't go in there," she said. "Why not?" he said. "Because it'll hurt too much," she said. Jae-Hyun cupped her face with both hands, wiped her tears with his thumbs. "Then we'll hurt together," he said. He helped her out of the car, kept his arm around her waist as they walked to the elevator, and when the doors closed, Zuri realized something. For the first time in 8 months, she wasn't alone. And maybe, just maybe, that was worth the risk. The elevator doors opened. Zuri stepped into the penthouse and her breath caught. Nothing had changed. Everything was exactly the way she left it. The white couch where they used to watch movies, the kitchen island where he'd cook breakfast, while she sat on the counter, the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the city lights. Even the coffee mug she used that last morning was still sitting on the counter, unwashed, like he'd been waiting for her to come back and finish it. Her legs felt weak. "Jae-Hyun," she said. "I couldn't change anything," he said quietly. "I tried. I walked in here 100 times planning to pack your things, donate your clothes, move your books, but every time I touched something, it felt like losing you all over again." Zuri walked slowly through the living room. Her fingers brushed the back of the couch. "You kept everything," she said. "Of course I did," he said. "You're my wife." She walked to the bedroom. The door was open. She stepped inside and froze. Her side of the bed was untouched. Her pillow still had the indent from the last time she slept there. Her book was still on the nightstand with a bookmark halfway through. She opened the closet. All her dresses were still hanging, organized by color just like she left them. Her shoes were lined up on the rack. Her jewelry box sat on the shelf. Nothing was missing. Nothing was moved. He'd turned their home into a museum, a shrine to a life he refused to let go of. Zuri sat on the edge of the bed and cried. Jae-Hyun knelt in front of her. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm so sorry." "Stop," he said. "Stop apologizing." "I broke you," she said. "No," he said. "You saved me." "How?" she said. "How can you say that?" "Because loving you gave me a reason to keep breathing," he said. "Even when you were gone. Even when I thought I'd never see you again, the idea of you kept me alive." He placed his hand on her belly again. The baby kicked. "And now you're here," he said, "with our daughter, and I'm not wasting another second." He stood and grabbed his phone. "What are you doing?" she said. "Calling the doctor," he said. "I want you checked tonight. I need to know you're both okay." "It's late," she said. "I don't care," he said. "I'll pay whatever it takes." 30 minutes later, a private doctor arrived at the penthouse with a portable ultrasound machine. Zuri lay on the couch while the doctor squeezed gel on her belly. Jae-Hyun sat beside her holding her hand. The doctor moved the wand across her stomach. The screen flickered, and then they heard it. The heartbeat. Strong. Steady. Perfect. Jae-Hyun's grip on her hand tightened. "Is she okay?" he said. "She's healthy," the doctor said. "Strong heartbeat. Good size. No complications." "And Zuri," he said. The doctor frowned slightly. "She's malnourished. Dehydrated. Her blood pressure is low. She's been under extreme stress." Jae-Hyun's jaw clenched. "What does she need?" he said. "Rest, proper nutrition, prenatal vitamins, and no more physical labor," the doctor said. "Done," Jae-Hyun said. After the doctor left, Jae-Hyun carried Zuri to the bedroom. "I can walk," she said. "I don't care," he said. He set her down gently on the bed, pulled the blankets over her, sat beside her. "Sleep," he said. "I can't," she said. "Every time I close my eyes, I see them." "See who?" he said. She didn't answer. Jae-Hyun lay down beside her, pulled her into his arms, rested his hand on her belly. "Then don't close your eyes," he said. "I'll stay awake. I'll keep watch. I'll make sure no one touches you." "You can't stay awake forever," she said. "Watch me," he said. And for the first time in 8 months, Zuri felt safe enough to sleep, because the man who loved her was finally holding her again. And this time, he wasn't letting go. Zuri woke up to sunlight streaming through the windows. For a moment, she forgot where she was. Then she felt the warmth beside her. Jae-Hyun. He was still there, still holding her. His hand still rested on her belly. He hadn't moved all night. She turned her head slowly. His eyes were closed, but his breathing was too controlled, too deliberate. "You're awake," she said softly. His eyes opened. "I never slept." "Jae-Hyun?" "I told you," he said. "I'm keeping watch." "You need rest, too," she said. "I'll rest when I know you're safe," he said. He sat up and stretched. "How do you feel?" "Tired," she said. "Sore. Hungry." "Then let's fix that," he said. He helped her out of bed and led her to the kitchen. "Sit," he said. She sat at the island and watched him move around the kitchen like he used to, pulling out eggs, chopping vegetables, heating the pan. "You still cook," she said. "Only when I'm stressed," he said. "So I've been cooking a lot." He made her scrambled eggs with spinach and tomatoes, toast with butter, fresh fruit, orange juice. He set the plate in front of her. "Eat," he said. She picked up the fork, but her hands were shaking. Jae-Hyun noticed. He took the fork from her and cut the eggs into smaller pieces. Then he fed her, one bite at a time. "I can do it myself," she said. "I know," he said, "but I want to." She let him, because the truth was she'd forgotten what it felt like to be cared for. After breakfast, he ran her a bath, warm water, lavender soap, soft towels. "Take your time," he said. "I'll be right outside if you need me." She soaked in the tub until her fingers pruned. When she came out wrapped in a towel, Jae-Hyun had laid out fresh clothes on the bed, one of her old dresses, soft fabric, loose fit. "I washed everything last month," he said, "just in case." Zuri's throat tightened. He never gave up on her, not once. After she dressed, he sat her down on the couch and lifted her feet into his lap. "What are you doing?" she said. "Your feet are swollen," he said. He massaged them gently, working out the knots, easing the pain. Zuri closed her eyes and let herself feel it, his hands on her skin, his care, his love. "Why are you being so nice to me?" she said. "Because I love you," he said simply. "Even after everything," she said. "Especially after everything," he said. He moved his hands to her belly, pressed gently. The baby kicked. He smiled, a real smile. Kind she hadn't seen in forever. "She's strong," he said. "She gets it from you," Zuri said. "No," he said. "She gets it from you." He leaned down and kissed her belly. "Hi, little one," he said softly. "I'm your dad. I'm sorry I missed so much, but I'm here now, and I'm not going anywhere." The baby kicked again, harder this time. Jae-Hyun laughed, actually laughed, and Zuri realized she was crying again. "What's wrong?" he said. "Nothing," she said. "Everything. I don't know." He pulled her into his arms. "It's okay," he said. "You don't have to know. You don't have to explain. You don't have to do anything except let me take care of you." "But," "No buts," he said. "You've been carrying this alone for too long. Now you have me, and I'm not letting you carry anything else by yourself." She buried her face in his chest. "I missed you," she whispered. "I missed you too," he said. "Every single second." They sat like that for a long time, just holding each other, just breathing, just being. And for the first time since the night she was taken, Zuri let herself believe that maybe, just maybe, everything would be okay. But deep down, she knew the truth. The men who took her weren't done. They were still out there, still watching, still waiting. And when they came back, everything Jae-Hyun was building would come crashing down. That night, Zuri couldn't sleep again. Jae-Hyun had fallen asleep beside her. His arm was draped across her belly. His breathing was slow and steady. She lay there staring at the ceiling. Her mind wouldn't shut off. She kept thinking about the men who took her, about the threats they made, about the tracker they'd planted on her. The tracker. Her heart slammed. She'd forgotten about it. When they dumped her on the side of the road 8 months ago, she checked her pockets, found her old house keys, a few coins, and something else, a small black device, the size of a button. She didn't know what it was at first, but then she realized they were tracking her, watching her every move, making sure she stayed away from Jae-Hyun. She'd hidden it in the lining of her old jacket, the one she wore the night they took her, the jacket she'd brought with her to the penthouse. Zuri's breath quickened. The jacket was hanging in the closet right now, which meant they knew she was here. They knew she was with Jae-Hyun, and if they knew, they'd come for him. She had to get rid of it. Carefully, she slid out from under Jae-Hyun's arm. He stirred but didn't wake. She tiptoed to the closet, pulled out the jacket. Her hands shook as she felt along the lining. There. She found the small device sewn into the fabric. Her stomach turned. They'd been watching her this whole time. Every shift at the restaurant, every walk home, every moment she thought she was alone. They saw it all. She grabbed a pair of scissors from the bathroom and cut the tracker free. It sat in her palm, small, innocent-looking, but deadly. She walked to the window and stared down at the city below, 40 floors up. If she threw it out the window, they'd lose her signal, but they'd also know she found it, and they'd come looking. Her hand hovered over the window latch. "What are you doing?" Zuri spun around. Jae-Hyun stood in the doorway. His hair was messy. His eyes were alert. "Nothing," she said quickly. "Zuri," he said, "what's in your hand?" She closed her fist around the tracker. "It's nothing," she said. He walked toward her slowly. "Show me." "Jae-Hyun, show me," he said again. His voice was firm but not angry. Zuri's hand trembled. She opened her palm. Jae-Hyun looked down at the device. His face went hard. "What is that?" he said. "A tracker," she said quietly. "Where did you get it?" he said. "They put it on me," she said. "The night they took me. I forgot about it until now." Jae-Hyun took the tracker from her hand, examined it closely. "How long have you been carrying this?" he said. 8 months, she said. His jaw clenched. "They've been watching you this entire time." "Yes," she said, "which means they know you're here," he said. "Yes," she said, "which means they're coming," he said. Zuri nodded. Tears filled her eyes. "I'm sorry," she said. "I should have remembered sooner. I should have—" Jae-Hyun crushed the tracker under his heel. The small device shattered into pieces. "Good," he said. "Let them come." "You don't understand," she said. "They'll kill you." "They can try," he said. "Jae-Hyun, please." He grabbed his phone and made a call. "Cade, I need full security on the penthouse. Now. Armed guards on every floor. Cameras on every entrance. No one gets in or out without my approval." He hung up and turned back to Zuri. "You should have told me," he said. "I couldn't," she said. "They said if I told you, they'd kill you." "And you believed them?" he said. "Yes," she said, "because I love you, and I'd rather lose you and know you're alive than have you and watch you die." Jae-Hyun pulled her into his arms. "I'm not dying," he said, "and neither are you, and neither is our daughter." "You don't know that," she said. "Yes, I do," he said, "because I've spent 8 months preparing for war, and now that I know who I'm fighting, the war is already over." Zuri wanted to believe him, wanted to think his power and money and men could protect them, but she'd seen what these people were capable of, and she knew that when they came, blood would follow. The next morning, Jae-Hyun woke Zuri early. "Get dressed," he said. "We're going to the hospital." "Now?" she said. "Yes, now," he said. "I want a full checkup. Ultrasound, blood work, everything." She didn't argue. An hour later, they walked into Seoul's most expensive private hospital, the kind where celebrities went for plastic surgery and billionaires went to hide their scandals. Jae-Hyun had called ahead. A team of doctors was already waiting. They took Zuri to a private room, drew her blood, checked her vitals, asked 100 questions. Then came the ultrasound. Zuri lay on the exam table with gel on her belly. Jae-Hyun stood beside her, holding her hand. The doctor moved the wand across her stomach. The screen lit up. And there she was, their daughter. Tiny fingers, tiny toes, a perfect little face. Zuri's breath caught. Jae-Hyun stared at the screen like he was seeing a miracle. "She's beautiful," he whispered. "She's healthy," the doctor said. "Good weight, good position, no abnormalities." "When's the due date?" Jae-Hyun said. 3 weeks, the doctor said. "But she could come any time now." Jae-Hyun nodded. His grip on Zuri's hand tightened. The doctor printed out pictures from the ultrasound and handed them to Jae-Hyun. He stared at them like they were made of gold. "Can we hear the heartbeat again?" he said. The doctor smiled. "Of course." She placed the Doppler on Zuri's belly. The sound filled the room. Thump, 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 strong, steady, alive. Jae-Hyun closed his eyes. A tear slid down his cheek. "That's our girl," he said. Zuri nodded. She was crying too. After the appointment, they sat in the car in the hospital parking lot. Jae-Hyun couldn't stop looking at the ultrasound pictures. "I missed so much," he said quietly. "It's not your fault," Zuri said. "I should have found you sooner," he said. "You tried," she said. "I know you tried." He turned to her. His eyes were red. "I'm not missing anything else," he said. "I'm going to be there when she's born. I'm going to hold her. I'm going to watch her grow up. I'm going to protect her from everything." "Jae-Hyun—" "I mean it, Zuri," he said. "No one is taking you from me again. No one is taking her from me. I don't care who they are or what they want. They're not getting near my family." He leaned over and kissed her belly. "Daddy's here now, little one," he whispered. "And I'm never leaving." The baby kicked, hard, like she heard him. Jae-Hyun laughed through his tears. "She's already got an attitude," he said. "She gets that from you too," Zuri said. They sat there for a while longer, just the three of them, in the quiet safety of the car. And for a moment, Zuri let herself imagine a future where they were a family, a future where their daughter grew up safe and loved, a future where the men who took her were nothing but a bad memory. But deep down, she knew that future was fragile, because danger was still out there, still watching, still waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And when it did, everything would fall apart. 2 days passed in peace. Jae-Hyun didn't leave Zuri's side. He worked from home, took all his meetings in the penthouse, ordered in every meal. He was building a fortress around her, but fortresses can't stop everything. On the 3rd day, Zuri woke up feeling restless. "I need to get out," she said. Jae-Hyun looked up from his laptop. "Out where?" "Anywhere," she said. "I've been inside for 3 days. I need fresh air. I need to move." "It's not safe," he said. "I'll go crazy if I stay in here," she said. He studied her face, saw the desperation in her eyes. "Fine," he said, "but I'm coming with you, and so is security." An hour later, they walked through a small shopping district. 4 security guards followed at a distance. Zuri stopped at a boutique that sold baby clothes. "Can we go in?" she said. Jae-Hyun smiled. "Of course." They walked inside. The store was filled with tiny outfits, soft blankets, stuffed animals. Zuri picked up a small pink dress. "Look at this," she said. Jae-Hyun took it from her hands, held it up. "It's so small," he said. "She's going to be small," Zuri said. "Not for long," he said. "She'll grow up too fast." They spent an hour in the store, picking out clothes, blankets, a crib mobile with stars. Jae-Hyun bought everything. "This is too much," Zuri said. "It's not enough," he said. They left the boutique with bags in hand. Zuri felt lighter than she had in months, but that feeling didn't last, because when they turned the corner, 3 men stepped out of an alley. They wore masks, black masks, the same kind the men who took her wore. Zuri's blood turned to ice. "Jae-Hyun," she said, but before she could finish, one of the men grabbed her. His arm wrapped around her throat, his other hand pressed against her belly. "Scream and I'll hurt the baby," he said. Jae-Hyun's security moved, but the other 2 men pulled guns. "Back off," one of them said, "or she dies." Jae-Hyun froze. His face went pale. "Let her go," he said. "We warned her," the man holding Zuri said. "We told her what would happen if she came back to you." "Please," Zuri said. Her voice shook. "Don't hurt her. She didn't do anything." "Should have thought about that before you ran to him," the man said. He dragged her backward toward a black van parked at the curb. Jae-Hyun took a step forward. "Don't," the man said. He pressed harder against Zuri's belly. She gasped in pain. "Stop," Jae-Hyun said. His voice cracked. "Please, take me instead." "We don't want you," the man said. "We want her to remember her place." They shoved Zuri into the van. She hit the floor hard. Pain shot through her stomach. The doors slammed shut. Jae-Hyun ran toward the van, but it was already moving. "No!" he screamed. He chased it down the street. His security followed, but the van was too fast. It disappeared around a corner, and Zuri was gone. Again. Jae-Hyun stood in the middle of the street, breathing hard. His hands were shaking. His vision was blurred. She was gone. They took her again, and this time they had his daughter too. "Sir, we need to move," one of his guards said. "Find her," Jae-Hyun said. "We will, but—" "Find her now," he roared. He pulled out his phone and called Cade. "They took her," he said. "Track every black van in the city. Hack every traffic camera. I want locations. Now." "On it," Cade said. Jae-Hyun got into his car. His driver took off. "Where to, sir?" the driver said. "Everywhere," Jae-Hyun said. "Drive until I tell you to stop." His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He answered. "Hello?" Silence. Then a video file came through. Jae-Hyun opened it. His heart stopped. Zuri was tied to a chair in a dark room. Her hands were bound behind her. Her face was streaked with tears. A man stood behind her, masked, holding a knife. "You were warned, Jae-Hyun Seo," the man's voice said through the video. "She was told to stay away. She didn't listen." The knife moved closer to Zuri's belly. She whimpered. "No," Jae-Hyun whispered. "No, please." "She never left you," the man said. "We took her. We forced her to sign those papers. We threatened to kill you if she ever came back." The twist detonated in Jae-Hyun's chest. She didn't leave him. She was taken, forced, threatened, and he'd spent 8 months thinking she abandoned him. "But now she's back," the man said, "and we're going to remind her what happens when people don't follow orders." The knife pressed against her skin. Zuri screamed. "Stop!" Jae-Hyun shouted at the screen. The video ended. Another message came through, an address, and 3 words: "Come alone, tonight." Jae-Hyun stared at the message. His entire body shook with rage. "Turn around," he said to the driver. "Sir?" "Turn around," he said. "Take me home. Now." When he got back to the penthouse, Cade was already there. "I got the address," Cade said. "It's a warehouse on the east side. Abandoned. No security cameras nearby." "Good," Jae-Hyun said. "Get the men ready. Full weapons, full gear." "They said come alone," Cade said. "I don't care what they said," Jae-Hyun said. "They took my wife. They're threatening my daughter. I'm bringing an army." He walked to his safe, pulled out 2 guns, loaded them both. "Tonight," he said, "we end this." Cade nodded. "Let's bring her home," he said. Jae-Hyun looked at the ultrasound picture sitting on his desk, his daughter's tiny face, his reason for breathing. "I'm coming," he whispered. "Both of you. I'm coming." And for the first time in his life, Jae-Hyun Seo wasn't just going to war, he was going to annihilation. Jae-Hyun arrived at the warehouse with 20 armed men. They surrounded the building, covered every exit, positioned snipers on rooftops. Cade stood beside him. "They said come alone," Cade said. "They also said they'd leave her alone if she stayed away," Jae-Hyun said. "They're liars." He checked his gun, loaded a fresh clip. "I'm going in first," he said. "That's suicide," Cade said. "I don't care," Jae-Hyun said. "She's in there. My daughter is in there. I'm not waiting." He walked toward the warehouse entrance. The door was unlocked. He pushed it open slowly. Inside was dark, empty, silent. His footsteps echoed on the concrete floor. "Zuri!" he called out. No answer. He moved deeper into the building, his gun raised, his eyes scanning every shadow. Then he heard it. A whimper. He ran toward the sound, found a room at the back. The door was cracked open. He kicked it wide. And there she was, Zuri, tied to a chair, her face pale, her belly exposed, her eyes wide with terror. 3 men stood around her, masked, armed. "Let her go," Jae-Hyun said. "You were supposed to come alone," one of them said. "I lied," Jae-Hyun said. He raised his gun and fired. The first man dropped. The other 2 scrambled for their weapons. But Jae-Hyun was faster. 2 more shots, 2 more bodies. He ran to Zuri, cut her hands free, pulled her into his arms. "Are you okay?" he said. "Is the baby okay?" "I don't know," she said. Her voice shook. "They didn't hurt me yet, but they were going to. It's over," he said. "I've got you." But it wasn't over, because the door behind them slammed shut, and the lights went out. Jae-Hyun pulled Zuri behind him, aimed his gun at the darkness. "Show yourself," he shouted. Slow clapping echoed through the room, then a voice Jae-Hyun recognized. "You always were too emotional, Jae-Hyun." The lights flickered on. Jae-Hyun's blood ran cold. Standing in front of him was Cade, his right-hand man, his closest friend, the man he trusted with everything. "No," Jae-Hyun said. "Yes," Cade said. He smiled. "Surprise," Zuri gasped. "He's the one who took me." Jae-Hyun's gun didn't waver, but his hands shook. "Why?" he said. "Because you were weak," Cade said. "Loving her made you soft, made you distracted, made you vulnerable." "So you took her?" Jae-Hyun said. "I saved you," Cade said. "I removed the distraction, and for 8 months you were sharp again, focused, ruthless. You were the man you were supposed to be." "You ruined my life," Jae-Hyun said. "I gave you your life back," Cade said. "But then she showed up at that restaurant, and you fell apart all over again." He stepped closer. "You can't be a king and a husband, Jae-Hyun. You have to choose." "I already chose," Jae-Hyun said. "Her, always her." Cade's smile faded. "Then you're a fool," he said. He raised his gun, pointed it at Zuri. Jae-Hyun didn't think. He fired. The shot echoed. Cade stumbled backward. Blood spread across his chest. He looked down at the wound, then up at Jae-Hyun. "You chose wrong," he said. Then he collapsed. Jae-Hyun didn't wait to see if he was dead. He grabbed Zuri's hand and ran. They burst through the warehouse doors. His men were waiting outside. "Go! Go! Go!" Jae-Hyun shouted. They got into the car. The driver floored it. Behind them, the warehouse exploded. Flames shot into the sky. Zuri screamed. Jae-Hyun pulled her close. "It's over," he said. "It's finally over." But Zuri wasn't listening, because pain ripped through her stomach, sharp, intense, unstoppable. She clutched her belly and gasped. "Jae-Hyun, what's wrong?" he said. She doubled over. "I think I'm in labor." "Drive faster," Jae-Hyun shouted. The driver swerved through traffic. Horns blared, tires screeched. Zuri gripped Jae-Hyun's hand so hard her knuckles turned white. "Breathe," he said. "Just breathe." "It hurts," she said. "I know," said. "We're almost there." But they weren't almost there. The hospital was 20 minutes away, and Zuri's contractions were getting closer. "How far apart?" Jae-Hyun said. "I don't know," she said. 5 minutes? Less?" His face went pale. "Call the hospital," he said to one of his men. "Tell them we're coming. Tell them to have a team ready." They made the call. Zuri cried out again. The pain was unbearable. "Something's wrong," she said. "Nothing's wrong," Jae-Hyun said, but his voice shook. "She's coming too early," Zuri said. "She's not ready." "She's strong," Jae-Hyun said, "like her mother." The car screeched to a stop in front of the hospital. Jae-Hyun lifted Zuri out of the car, carried her through the doors. "We need a doctor," he shouted. A team of nurses rushed over with a wheelchair. They took Zuri to a room, hooked her up to monitors, checked her vitals. The doctor came in. "How far along is she?" the doctor said. 37 weeks, Jae-Hyun said. The doctor examined Zuri. She's having contractions, the doctor said, but her water hasn't broken yet. What does that mean? Jae-Hyun said. It means we can try to stop the labor, the doctor said. Give her medication to slow the contractions. Give the baby more time. Do it, Jae-Hyun said. They gave Zuri an IV, pumped medication into her system. Slowly, the contractions eased. The pain faded. Zuri's breathing slowed. Is she okay? Jae-Hyun said. For now, the doctor said. But she needs complete bed rest, no stress, no physical activity. If the contractions start again, the baby will come. How long? Jae-Hyun said. 2 weeks, the doctor said. If we can get her to full term, the baby will be safer. Jae-Hyun nodded. They kept Zuri in the hospital overnight for observation. Jae-Hyun never left her side. He sat in the chair next to her bed, holding her hand. I'm sorry, she said. For what? He said. For everything, she said. For disappearing. For putting you through this. For... Stop, he said. None of this is your fault. But none of it, he said. You did what you had to do to protect me, and now I'm doing what I have to do to protect you. He leaned down and kissed her forehead. We're going to be okay, he said. All 3 of us. Zuri wanted to believe him, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was still wrong, that the danger wasn't over, that Cade wasn't the only enemy, and that the worst was still coming. 2 weeks later, Zuri woke up at 3 a.m. drenched in sweat. Her stomach cramped, hard. She sat up slowly. Jae-Hyun, she said. He woke instantly. What's wrong? He said. I think it's time, she said. His eyes went wide. Are you sure? He said. Another contraction hit. Zuri gasped. Yes, she said. I'm sure. Jae-Hyun jumped out of bed, grabbed the hospital bag they'd packed, helped Zuri to her feet. Let's go, he said. They got to the hospital in record time. The nurses took Zuri to a delivery room. Jae-Hyun scrubbed in, put on a gown, stood beside her. You can do this, he said. I'm scared, she said. I know, he said, but I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere. The contractions got stronger, closer together. The pain was overwhelming. Zuri screamed, cried, squeezed Jae-Hyun's hand so hard she thought she'd break his fingers. Push, the doctor said. Zuri pushed, again and again. I can't, she said. Yes, you can, Jae-Hyun said. You're the strongest person I know. She pushed one more time, and then she heard it. A cry. Tiny. Perfect. Alive. It's a girl, the doctor said. They placed the baby on Zuri's chest. She was so small, so fragile, so beautiful. Zuri sobbed. Jae-Hyun stared at his daughter like she was a miracle. Because she was. Hi, baby, Zuri whispered. We've been waiting for you. The baby opened her eyes. Dark eyes. Just like her father's. Jae-Hyun reached out and touched her tiny hand. She wrapped her fingers around his, and he fell apart. He dropped to his knees beside the bed and cried, not quiet tears, but deep, guttural sobs, the kind that come from a soul that's been broken and healed all at once. She's perfect, he said. She's so perfect. Zuri stroked his hair. We made her, she said. We did, he said, and I'm never letting either of you go. He stood and kissed Zuri, then kissed his daughter's forehead. Welcome to the world, little one, he whispered. Your mom and I fought hell to meet you, and it was worth every second. 3 days after the birth, Jae-Hyun sat in his office staring at surveillance footage. He'd been reviewing everything from the past year, every camera, every phone record, every transaction. Cade was dead. The warehouse was destroyed. The men who kidnapped Zuri were gone. But something didn't add up. Cade didn't have the resources to pull this off alone. He didn't have the connections, the money, the reach. Someone else was involved, someone bigger. Jae-Hyun scrubbed through footage from the night Zuri was taken, watched her walk to the parking garage, watched the van appear, watched them drag her inside. Then he noticed something. A second vehicle, parked in the shadows, watching. He zoomed in on the license plate, ran it through his system. His blood turned to ice. The car was registered to his mother. No, it couldn't be. He pulled up more footage, from different dates, different locations. Every time Zuri was followed, his mother's car was nearby. Every time the kidnappers moved, his mother made a call. Every time Cade gave orders, his mother was funding it. Jae-Hyun stood up so fast his chair fell backward. His hands shook. His mother, the woman who raised him, the woman who said family was everything. She orchestrated the whole thing. He grabbed his keys and left the office. Drove to his mother's estate on the outskirts of Seoul. The guards at the gate tried to stop him. He drove through anyway, parked in front of the house, stormed inside. His mother was in the sitting room drinking tea. She looked up when he entered. "Jae-Hyun," she said calmly. "What a surprise." "You took her," he said. His mother set down her teacup. "I don't know what you're talking about," she said. "Yes, you do," he said. "I saw the footage, your car, your phone records, your bank transfers to Cade." His mother's face didn't change. "Sit down," she said. "I'm not sitting," he said. "Sit down." Her voice was steel. Jae-Hyun sat, but his hands were fists. His mother stood, walked to the window. "That girl was ruining you," she said. "Her name is Zuri," he said. "I don't care what her name is," his mother said. "She made you weak, distracted, soft." "She made me happy," he said. "Happiness is a luxury you can't afford," his mother said. "You're the head of this family. You have responsibilities, power, legacy." "I don't care about any of that," he said. "You should," his mother said, "because without it, you're nothing." Jae-Hyun stood. "I loved you," he said. "I trusted you, and you destroyed my life." "I saved your life," his mother said. "That girl was a liability, a weakness your enemies could exploit." "She's my wife," he said. "Not anymore," his mother said. "The divorce papers." "I never signed them," he said, "and neither did she willingly. You forced her, you threatened her, you tore us apart." His mother turned to face him. "And I'd do it again," she said. Jae-Hyun's chest tightened. "You're not my mother anymore," he said. "Don't be dramatic," she said. "I mean it," he said. "You're dead to me. Stay away from Zuri. Stay away from my daughter. If I see you near them, I'll forget you raised me." His mother's face hardened. "You'll regret this," she said. "No," he said. "I regret not seeing you for what you are sooner." He turned and walked out. Didn't look back. When he got to the car, he sat in the driver's seat and shook. His mother, the woman who was supposed to protect him, she was the real enemy all along. Months passed. Zuri healed. The scars faded. The fear lessened. Their daughter, Amara, grew stronger every day. She had Jae-Hyun's eyes and Zuri's smile. She cried when she was hungry and laughed when her father made silly faces. She was perfect. Jae-Hyun stepped back from half of his empire, handed control to trusted allies, focused on building something legal, something clean. He opened investment firms, real estate companies, tech startups. He wanted Amara to grow up proud of her father, not afraid of him. Zuri started designing again, opened a small fashion studio from home. Her designs went viral online. Orders flooded in. She hired a small team, built a brand, created something that was hers. They didn't talk about the kidnapping much, didn't talk about Cade or Jae-Hyun's mother. They focused on the future, on healing, on being a family. But some nights, Zuri still woke up in a cold sweat, still saw the masks, the van, the knife, and Jae-Hyun would hold her, whisper that she was safe, that he'd never let anyone hurt her again. "I love you," he'd say. "I love you too," she'd whisper back. And slowly the nightmares faded. One afternoon, Jae-Hyun came home early from work. Zuri was in the nursery feeding Amara. "Hey," she said. "Hey," he said. He sat beside her, watched their daughter eat. "I did something today," he said. "What?" she said. "I sold the last of my illegal operations," he said. Zuri's eyes went wide. "All of them," she said. "All of them," he said. "I'm done with that life. I want to be the man you deserve, the father Amara deserves." Zuri's eyes filled with tears. "You already are," she said. He leaned over and kissed her. "I'm never letting you go again," he said. "Good," she said, "because I'm not going anywhere." They sat there together, watching their daughter, watching the city lights below. And for the first time in over a year, everything felt right. 5 years later. Zuri stood on the penthouse balcony, watching the Seoul skyline glow in the distance. Amara was inside playing with her little brother, Kai. Yes, they had another baby, a boy, 2 years old. Wild energy, endless laughter. Jae-Hyun walked up behind her, wrapped his arms around her waist, rested his chin on her shoulder. "What are you thinking about?" he said. "Everything," she said. "How far we've come. How much we survived." "We did more than survive," he said. "We won." She turned in his arms. "Do you ever regret it?" she said. "Leaving that life behind?" "Not for a second," he said. "I'd give up everything 1,000 times if it meant keeping you." She smiled. "You're dramatic," she said. "You love it," he said. She did. He kissed her. Slow. Deep. The kind of kiss that still made her knees weak after all these years. "Mommy, Daddy," Amara's voice called from inside. "Kai took my toy." They both laughed. "Duty calls," Zuri said. They walked inside together, broke up the fight, played with the kids, made dinner, read bedtime stories. Later that night, after the kids were asleep, they lay in bed together. Jae-Hyun traced circles on Zuri's arm. "I never thought I'd have this," he said. "Have what?" she said. "Peace," he said. "A family, a life worth living." "You deserve it," she said. "We deserve it," he said. He pulled her closer. "The day you left, I died," he said. "The day I found you again, I lived. And the day I saw our child, I became yours forever." Zuri's throat tightened. "I'm never leaving you again," she said. "Good," he said, "because I'm never letting you go." They fell asleep wrapped in each other. Two people who survived hell. Two people who chose love over fear. Two people who built a life from the ashes of their darkest days. And in the quiet of the Seoul night, their story became legend. A story of pain, betrayal, survival, and love that refused to die. 10 years later. Zuri stood backstage at Seoul Fashion Week watching models walk the runway in her designs. Her brand had exploded, gone international. Celebrities wore her clothes, magazines featured her story, but none of that mattered as much as what was waiting for her at home. The show ended. The crowd stood and applauded. Zuri took her bow. Cameras flashed, reporters shouted questions, but she only had eyes for 3 people in the front row: Jae-Hyun, Amara, Kai, her family. Jae-Hyun held up a sign that said, "Proud of you, wife." Amara, now 12 years old, rolled her eyes but smiled. Kai, 7 years old, jumped up and down, waving. Zuri laughed through happy tears. After the show, they went to their favorite restaurant, the same one where Jae-Hyun found her all those years ago. But now it was theirs. He'd bought it, renovated it, turned it into a place filled with good memories instead of painful ones. They sat at their usual table, ordered too much food, laughed too loud. "Mom, tell the story again," Amara said. "Which story?" Zuri said. "How you and Dad met," Amara said. "You've heard it 100 times," Jae-Hyun said. "I want to hear it again," Kai said. Zuri looked at Jae-Hyun. He smiled and nodded. "Okay," Zuri said. "Your father and I met at a charity event. He spilled champagne on my dress." "On purpose," Jae-Hyun added. "On purpose," Amara said. I wanted an excuse to talk to her, Jae-Hyun said. She was the most beautiful woman in the room. Smooth, Dad, Amara said. It worked, Zuri said. He apologized, offered to pay for the dry cleaning, asked for my number. And you gave it to him? Kai said. Not at first, Zuri said. I made him work for it. 3 weeks, Jae-Hyun said. 3 weeks of flowers and coffee deliveries before she finally agreed to one date. And then, Kai said. And then I knew, Jae-Hyun said. He looked at Zuri. I knew she was the one. Amara smiled. That's so cheesy, Dad. Cheesy, but true, he said. After dinner, they drove home. Jae-Hyun carried Kai, who'd fallen asleep in the car. Amara walked ahead, scrolling on her phone. Zuri and Jae-Hyun walked side by side. He reached for her hand. She took it. Thank you, he said. For what? She said. For not giving up, he said. For fighting. For coming back to me. I never had a choice, she said. My heart was always yours. He stopped walking, turned to face her. I need to tell you something, he said. What? She said. He pulled a small box from his pocket. Zuri's breath caught. Jae-Hyun? I know we're already married, he said. I know we've been through hell and back, but I want to do this right. I want to ask you properly. He opened the box. Inside was a new ring. Simple, elegant, perfect. Zuri Kamara, he said. Will you marry me again? Will you stand beside me and renew the vows we made 12 years ago? Will you choose me every single day for the rest of our lives? Tears streamed down Zuri's face. Yes, she said. 1,000 times yes. He slid the ring onto her finger, pulled her into his arms, kissed her like it was the first time all over again. Amara groaned from the doorway. Seriously? You guys are so embarrassing. But she was smiling. They went inside, put Kai to bed, tucked Amara in even though she said she was too old for it. Then Jae-Hyun and Zuri stood on the balcony overlooking the city, the same balcony where they'd stood so many times before, but tonight felt different. Tonight felt like a promise. Do you remember what you said to me the night you found me at the restaurant? Zuri said. Which part? He said. You said I was carrying your child and working myself to death, she said. You said you weren't letting me go. I meant it, he said. I know, she said. And you kept that promise. Through everything. You never let me go. He turned her to face him. I'll never stop keeping it, he said. When we're old and gray, when our kids have kids, when we're too tired to walk, I'll still choose you every single time. She rested her head on his chest. We made it, she said. We did, he said, against every odd, against every enemy, against every fear. We built something real, she said. We built something forever, he said. And as the soul lights twinkled below them, Jae-Hyun whispered the words that defined their entire story. The day you left, I died. The day I found you again, I lived. And the day I saw our child, I became yours forever. Zuri looked up at him, and I became yours, she said. They kissed under the stars, two souls who survived the impossible, two hearts that refused to break, two people who proved that love, real love, conquers everything. Their children slept peacefully inside, their future stretched endlessly ahead, and their story, born from pain and fire and fierce devotion, became the kind of legend people whispered about for generations. The Mafia boss who gave up his empire for love, the woman who survived hell to find her way home, and the family they built from the ashes of their darkest days. Forever starts now. And that's how a broken Mafia boss learned that love isn't about control. It's about surrender. If this story made you feel something, anything at all, I need you to do something for me. Go down to the comments right now and tell me which moment broke you. Was it when he found her at the restaurant after 8 months of searching? Was it the moment he felt his daughter kick for the first time? Was it when she collapsed in the penthouse, realizing he'd kept everything exactly as she left it? I read every single comment, every single word, and your story matters to me. Hit that subscribe button if you want more stories that don't just entertain you for an hour and disappear. Stories that stay with you. Stories that make you feel something real in a world that's forgotten how to feel. Stories that remind you what it means to be human. And here's the thing. If someone you know is going through something hard right now, if they need to remember that broken things can be made whole again, if they need to believe that love can survive the impossible, share this with them. Because stories like this aren't meant to be watched alone. They're meant to be felt together. They're meant to remind us that we're not alone in our pain or our hope. Thank you for trusting me with your time tonight, with your tears, with your heart. That's not something I take lightly. Every view, every comment, every moment you spent here, it means the world to me. I'll see you in the next story, and I promise you, it'll be worth the wait. Until then, keep believing in second chances. Keep believing in love that refuses to die. Keep believing that even when the world breaks you, you can put yourself back together. They're real. All of it, I promise. Don't forget to subscribe.